Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I don't like talking about Wooded Owl a lot, why not this one? Wedlock. Now you think of a lot of piston films, you think of films let's say like Stum, or you think of films let's say like Papillon, damn good film by the way, or you think of movies like Lock Up, or other films to do with prison or prison estate films, let's say like The Tate Escape, that's more of a war film. So you think of films like that when it comes to prison or prison estate films. But Wooded Owl's film, which is called Wedlock, it never gets mentioned anymore. Never gets mentioned. And in my eyes, this is an unestimated film. It's an unestimated prison estate film. Because this is a damn good film. It's like, oh, it's a silly action film. It's an estate film with a little bit of action thrown in. And it's a prison estate film, which has a difference. It's unique. It's unique. It's one of them. Wooded Owl starts off as a bad guy, you could say, because he's robbing, he's stealing, and he's not a Robin Hood type. He's not stealing to feed the fucking poor. He's stealing to feed himself and his merry men. That's how I see it. So he's stealing diamonds and he's stealing money on the way, right? He disguises himself as a priest. He's got this Chinese Vietnamese girlfriend, and he has his mate with mates like him who needs enemies. Because it starts off him stealing, right? Now, I do know in America they called the Time Bomb. I know there was a film called Time Bomb. It's funny enough, come out roughly about the same there, right? So, like in most countries, it had different titles, but in this country, it was called Wedlock, right? And there's a reason why it's called that in a minute. So, he's there robbing, stealing, and he pretends to be a security guard. He gets pissed because one of his mates kills one of the guards. But gives you a bit of hope that Wooded Owl isn't all that bad because he doesn't agree with it, right? So he steals the money, gives it to what he believes is his mate. His mate shoots him. So it's a very short movie, isn't it? But no, he doesn't die. He just gets shot. It turns out his girlfriend also double-crossed him and she was having it away with his mate. And you get the idea it's a couple of days later, and you get the idea that Wooded Owl, or a couple of months later, you got the idea Wooded Owl didn't die, he just got wounded, and he was left for dead. But Wooded Owl wasn't stupid. He had an idea that people might double cross him, and to play it safe, he hid all the diamonds and money away. He hid it away, so the bad guys couldn't get it. So the bad guys are pissed, basically. So he goes to prison. Now, there's a bit of me what wonders whether the director that did this saw the Running Man. People think, well, what's the Running Man got to do with Wedlock? Hear me out. In this prison, it's a both sex prison, meaning you have men and women in this prison, right? And you have a thing round your neck, goes around your head. It's a bit different though than the Running Man, which is a little bit more, that's why I say it's unique. If you try and break out of this prison, run out of this prison, escape from this prison, you have a partner. That person, whether it's a man or a woman, doesn't know who you are. So he doesn't know who your partner is. So if you break out of prison and jump over the gate, it will make your head blow up. And your partner, whoever it is, a man or woman, their head will fucking blow up as well. And he shows that. He's got a rat's work dummy. He has another rat's work there. They've got the thing round the neck, the chain. And they're trying to break out. It's also moving the rat's work dummy. The head blows up naturally there. It goes past this gate. And the rat's work coming out the side of them also blows up. And the boss says, that's what will happen. So we don't need guns. We don't need this. We don't need helicopters to chase your ass. You try and break out. Bye-bye head. And that's how I see it. That's how I see it. So the boss at first is a bit of a dick. He knows that Wooded Owl's got the money, and he's also working for the bad guys on the sly. And he says to Wooded Owl, says, right, I'll do you a deal. Your life will be a lot easier if you just knows where the money is, and you get an easier life. Maybe even lower your sentence. But Wooded Owl ain't buying it, because, like most people, he smells bullshit. So he gives him a lot of shit in this. There's a bit in it where they put him in this thing, and it's like water, and they shut him in. A bit like it's a jacuzzi, but with cold water. Imagine, right, you're weeing yourself, you're doing the offer, and you're in this bath of cold water all fucking day and all night. One guy's a bit of a bully. He opens the door and he urinates on him. A bit dirty, but he does. So you really do feel for Wooded Owl's character in this. You really do. Now you get one dude in it. It's been in a lot of movies. It's like pretty to look at. And you got ideas now. At first they don't get along. and everything, but then they have to work together and they manage to break out of this prison. That's what I mean. It's a prison estate film. It's a bit like The Running Man with the thing on the neck. So that's why I like this one, Wedlock. You get the idea it's based on the fruit, so you know what I mean. And it's an estate prison film with a difference. It never gets mentioned anymore. Never gets mentioned, Wedlock, and it's a damn shame because it's a damn good film. So it's a bit of an action film. I do love to see where the film, though, the dad says, I know about your girlfriend. I know she's really pretty. She's enough to suck a man dry. I don't mean I had a few laughs. But you got the idea he's a bad guy and all. And eventually, Woodrow Howard at first doesn't get along with the girl. You know what I mean? They had this bit where they have hanky-panky in the prison. Therefore, it's what they call a nice day. Something like that, but first they don't get along. But when they escape, oh, I could forget this. The one who's the bully who's picking on Woodrow Howard, who batters him, by the way, he just get his preserves because Woodrow Howard has a stick. He breaks that neck. If you don't take this is the difference. If you don't take that thing of your neck, your fucking head will blow up. Not making it up, your head will blow up. So that's the difference in The Running Man. So he breaks that thing, the bad guy's head blows up, rightly so, because he was a prick. And some other guy was a scumbag, his head blows up as well. There's someone who you think going to be Woodrow Howard's mate in it, and you find he double tossed him, so Woodrow Howard rightly twats him. But they escape, like I say, and there's a love interest then between him and Woodrow Howard. So he falls for this girl, which is that a good scene. And they're basically now going to have to go after the money. This is the bit now where the film will hit a knots and the bad people will try and get Woodrow Howard and they're trying to get money. And you find out the Chinese Vietnamese dude who was originally was Woodrow Howard's love interest. He's one of them that will double toss you for anything. Because the one who is his mate, she shoots him, the one who double tossed him, he said, "Truth of the matter, I needed the money." And shoots Woodrow Howard's mate. Which also that she was a bitch. But Woodrow Howard gets the better. Because eventually what he does, he's one of them, he's very good with electronics and stuff like that. So he manages to make this necklace useless. So it doesn't break. He turns it off. He manages to make it so it doesn't make his head and his partner's head blow up. Because the girl who he's falling for, the new girl, she's also his partner. That's why the movie's called Wedlock. That's why I prefer Wedlock than fucking Time Bomb. He gets the necklace anyway. And he puts it in the suitcase. This is how he outsmarts the baddies. So all the baddies get killed except for his ex-girlfriend. She thinks that she's got the better, right? And she's got the suitcase. She's got a gun next to the tower. And she opens it and she gets blown up because he's ripped up that thing that was on his neck. The other villain, who was the ex-guard, the boss of the prison, he double-tossed him. He gets one of them red blots, the one from his girlfriend. He sneaks it in his suitcase, he's smiling, thinks he's got the better and raves. He's in an helicopter. Look a bit like Diamonds Half an F. I remember the scene with Mr. Windy, Mr. Kid, the scene where they pull the helicopter up and that. That reminds me of that because he's flying off, he's raving, thinking he's got the better, and the helicopter blows up because he had the Wedlock in there. And somehow I was made it blow up. I don't know if I thought it wasn't that powerful, just makes your head blow up. But for some reason, the helicopter blows up. He walks off with the love of his interest, the love of his life, the new girl on the block. Happy ending. And I like that. I mean, it's a prison estate film, but with a difference and with a good action scene. I like Woodrow Howard in it because you think, oh, he's going to be a bad guy, but then he turns into a good guy. Is he really a good guy? Not really, because he's stealing. He's a thief. He's the one that will rob your house. He's someone that will rob a bank, but he just has good qualities about him. He doesn't deal with his mate killing someone. You know what I mean? He's more professional, but even though I don't deal with stealing. But, you know what I mean? He becomes a good guy on the way, and I like that. So it's a good notch for Woodrow Howard. It's a prison estate film, which I feel myself is underestimated. Not a lot of people talk about it, and it's one you never see on DVD. It's very rare you can see it on DVD, and it's a damn shame, because it was a damn good film. But if you can ever find Wedlock, check it out. Woodrow Howard, damn good performance, a prison estate film with a difference. It's futuristic. I know you've got a thing on your neck and all that. Makes your head blow up if you're trying to escape. But as the film goes on, it's a damn good one. Until then, have a good one. See you soon for some more politics, more movies, and more things on the way. Until then, see you later.